what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm still here at SEMA, day 5, and guess what? There's just so much to show at the Toyota booth. What do I have for you? It's this vehicle right here. This is what you've been waiting for. This is the redesign from top to bottom, 2025 Toyota 4Runner. This is that 4Runner TRD Pro. But before we get into this, this body on frame, full-on off-roader of an SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. So the SUV scene is changing, and I'm very happy about that because in the mid-2000s, things were getting very round. They were looking like these big jelly beans. Now they're starting to get more of that boxy style and more of that muscular look that people want to have. Now the 4Runner is really special to Toyota. It's been there for so many generations, and for a long time it's gone unchanged. Now we're seeing a whole new redesign of the 4Runner. But what I want to find out is, there's a new SUV that's getting redesigned, that 2026 Honda Passport, and they have, remember, that Trailsport Elite trim. Do you go for a 2-row off-roader? Do you go Passport or do you go 4Runner TRD Pro? Let's go ahead, let's dive into ours and find out. Right off the bat, it's that classic color combination, that bright, crisp white with all the black accents. Now at the front of the business, you're gonna see that whole new redesign to the headlight housing, much smaller, all LED, and then of course TRD Pro is gonna give us those fender flares. Now the big zonk is the fender flares are gloss black. It really doesn't make sense to me for them to do that since this is their off-roader. I know some people were saying, well, put some PPF on it. It just would have been better if it was flat black. That's just my take. Now, as we work our way down, I really love the way they sculpted the lower corners. Even the TRD badging in the headlight housing. The only sad thing is we have to zonk that fake vent. It's actually got sand in it. It's like a little sand scooper. It's almost like it reminds me when I was a kid and I used to make Lipton iced tea. And I used to get that big jug with the crystals in it. It almost looks like iced tea crystals in there. I'm having a PTSD flashback. Now, as we come across the front grille, it's all about heritage, baby. The Toyota badge, nice and prominent, spelled out with your forward-facing camera, but no washer. Let me know if you think that should be a zonk. Gloss black on the grille, gloss black in the middle section. A lot of gloss black, but we do have Rigid Industries LED driving lights. And then down below, of course, we have extra ground clearance because this is the TRD Pro, and we have those metal skid plates underneath to protect the belly of this beast. Now, as we work our way back up, you're gonna get that traditional hood scoop, but just like tradition, the bad news is it's basically a pencil box. It's not functional. Looks killer, but it would have been nice to have this functional, especially on the redesign, but these bulges here, guys, put away the socks. This thing really has the bulge that you want. Now, as we come around the bend, of course, we're gonna have new wheels and tires, and of course, they're all special TRDs. So we have these TRD satin black wheels, love the style. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of this wheel? 18-inch wheel, 265 on the width, 70 series sidewall. We have those Toyo open country all-terrain tires with all the shielding protection. And one of the biggest things and reasons to go TRD Pro is you'll notice, look at the suspension we have. Those custom upper control arms with the TRD badging there. You do have special springs, Fox suspension to really give us plenty of wheel travel and to make sure that you're not gonna get stuck. You're gonna be getting the Passport out of the mud, out of the quicksand when it gets stuck. Another thing that's new for 2025, where you could disconnect the stabilizer bar. The front sway bars, you could do that disconnect. That's stuff that we've seen on Jeep Wranglers for years. Nice to see it in the SUV. Now, as we rise up, you have your TRD Pro badge, nicely placed. And then of course, underneath the hood, another big talking point, a lot of people arm wrestling, a lot of people debating, a lot of people tongue wrestling over this, is that underneath the hood, gone is the V6. So no more bulletproof V6. In its place, in the TRD Pro, you have that 2.4 liter turbocharged engine paired with the electric motor. The great news is you got 328 horsepower and over 400 pound-feet of torque. The bad news is the V6 is gone. And instead of a 5-speed automatic, we now have 8-speed automatic. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. Now from the side, you could see that smaller size. It's not a full size, it's a mid-size. Sequoia is bigger than the 4Runner. You do have gloss black on the mirror caps. Like I said, a lot of gloss black on this thing. Not sure if I'm the biggest fan of that. Even gloss black on the roof rails. This stuff's gonna get scratched, and on the door handles, especially those who wear like a lot of rings. It's interesting how some people wear so many rings on their hands, it's almost like they're wearing brass knuckles. I feel like those are people who are ready for a fight. But they're gonna scratch the hell out of your door handle, just so you know. And probably the paint behind there. Now, you'll notice all the great ground clearance that we have. And you can even see, look, there's our box frame, our all new TNGAF box frame. I'm surprised the TRD Pro doesn't automatically come with frame sliders or rock sliders, but they do have an accessory catalog, all TRD goodness, but it's gonna cost you that extra moolah. As we keep working our way towards the back, I like the way they did the quarter glass. No trim around it, nicely sunk in. Steven's gonna finagle his way back here. You can see that rear fender flare. Looks good now. How will it look 5 years from now? That's the big question. You can see the two-tone with the black roof all the way back. They hide the wiper, and then you have that Toyota name stamped in the center section. Love the way they did all your lighting. Of course, you're gonna have your iForce Max. That's a turbocharged hybrid setup. They imprint the TRD Pro name, and then down to ground level, no nice TRD exhaust finisher, no catback system. The V6, you used to get that. That's a zonk. That kind of makes me sad. You have your spare mounted up nice and high, and you can tow. And look, there's more of that Lipton iced tea mix, damn it. It's all over the place. I'm starting to shake a little bit. I might need some iced tea. You do have the towing capability, 5,000 pounds with this 4Runner. But why don't we get to the interior, because there's some big things I want to show you for 2025. All right, guys, we are in it to win it. This is that 4Runner TRD Pro. Now, I know a lot of people zonked me at the Texas State Fair when I did that sand dune color TRD Pro when I was guesstimating the pricing. I was just talking about starting price for a TRD Pro. I honestly believe that this will be around $65,000. That's simple. Let me know how you feel about that price in the comment section. And if you are game to spend that kind of money for a 4Runner TRD Pro. But let's see what's new for 2025. To the door panels. Love the two-tone, the red stitching, soft touch up top, soft touch on the armrest. It's nice the way they bring some extra TRD Pro badges to the interior. You do have your off-road Twinkie tray as usual. Those are Twinkies that are fudge filled. And then down below, you could get your 3 bottles of chocolate milk, and we have the JBL sound system. Now, going from the sound system to the dash, the Heritage badge really pops nicely. The faux carbon fiber I could do without, but it's not too obnoxious. So that's the good news. The red stitching, because this is the TRD Pro, you're gonna have that 14-inch Toyota multimedia software. Can't turn it on because we're inside the convention center. You do get that TRD bright red start button, start-stop button. Real volume knob. They take off the knobs, just so you know, at the shows because people like to steal them. Bottom line. You got your dual climate, heated seats, ventilated seats, the toggle switches, wireless charging, a place to put some 3 Musketeers, 2 USB-Cs, and this guy, this TRD shifter, is gonna be the one that goes through that 8-speed automatic transmission. You got your 4x4 system, 4 high, 4 low, and 2 high. You could lock the rear diff. Like I said, that stabilizer bar disconnect, 2 cup holders, nicely soft material, the stitching, and then open it up. You have enough room in there, I would say, probably for 2 In-N-Out burgers, 2 double doubles. Seats, soft-tex, love the stitching, all electric assist for the passenger, all electric assist for the driver, and you do get a standard size sunroof. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you the TRD steering wheel in this TRD Pro. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do actually have 2 memory seat settings. So if you're brave enough to let somebody borrow your 4Runner TRD Pro, you could let them do that. I do like the way you get extra 5 horsepower because of our TRD Pro all-weather floor mats. And also I like the aluminum brake pedal and aluminum throttle. And then of course, all those seat controls, easy fingertip reach, The seats are comfy. The way they did the structure of the seats, just like the Tundra, just like the Tacoma, amazing. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room, and then the steering wheel. The leather, you got your top dead center red mark that's in red leather. Stitching on the horn button, I just want a heritage badge. Toyota badge is fine. I want it to say Toyota, just like it does on the dash. A little bit of TRD action. Remember, TRD stands for Toyota Racing Development. Flat black on the switchgear. You actually get a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel, auxiliary switches for air horns, winches, and everything else, and of course, light up that TRD light bar. And then you do have a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. Can't show it to you because we're inside the convention center. But let's get into the back seat because I wanted to see if your passenger is going to be happy you went 4Runner. All right, guys, come slide in. Love how they're doing the seats with that tech camo design underneath the perforations. Backs of the seats, all black, so if your passengers have, eaten some powdered donuts, you don't have to worry about the fingerprints. You can clean them off. Large pockets. You could easily put, I would say, 6 ears of corn in there. I personally love corn on the cob. It's one of my favorite freaking things, especially about the summertime. Off the barbecue, put 6 ears in there. Not human ears, ears of corn. Do have our AC vents, 2 USB-Cs, and a home power source. Seats are comfy, they don't slide. They do recline, but they don't slide. So just something to think about, something to remember. And then of course, we have a nicely padded armrest with 2 cup holders. But let's get into the last piece of this 4Runner puzzle, the cargo area, because we need to wrap it up. All right, guys, cargo area time, real simple. We're just gonna hit that button. Nice electric assist, of course. And then because this is a 2-row, you got just a cornucopia of space back here. Tons of room. Love how, at first I didn't like the way they had these cubbies here because I felt like it was like for a 3rd row, but I like having all this back here for storage of things when you are going camping and off-roading. On the passenger side, you do get a home power source and enough room for a gallon of Yoo-hoo, which is awesome because I love Yoo-hoo. And when you're feeling down or you're running out of energy, just slam a couple Yoo-hoos, you'll be good to go. Yoo-hoo. But nice to have that amount of room. It's going to be interesting to see just how well this performs on a lot of those areas that people are used to when it comes to rock crawling, when it comes to off-roading. But let me know what you think. Are you still hung up on this new 4Runner being a hybrid and being totally redesigned? Are you liking the Passport better? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Reds family. Got to give it up to Stephen Flood. He is here through thick and thin in Las Vegas. And remember, Stephen, what happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. But thank you for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.